What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Romy Rome. I am back with another video, and in today's video I want to touch on the devastating news that Sony is ending the production of physical media. This has been making some crazy traction online. There's been petitions going up. There's people that I wouldn't even expect to weigh in on it, like dominoes and stuff like that. It's just been getting really spicy on the internet for this situation. I do believe that it's one of the worst decisions that Sony has probably ever made, in my personal opinion. It's just my personal opinion. But I just wanted to discuss a couple things, a couple key points that I wanted to talk about as it pertains to this situation specifically. I see a lot of people online, on Twitter, on YouTube, and they're just saying like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. People are overreacting. If you don't like it, just leave, yada, yada, yada. That's all the easy things to say. That's an easy thing to say. Physical games and gaming has just been synonymous for years. You know what I'm saying? It's a part of the culture to me. It's part of the gaming culture. And even though there are a lot of people that play physical, there are still a lot of people that play physical. And the fact that you are removing that option from people that have been gaming since they were children, to me is absolutely absurd. You know what I'm saying? Anytime somebody removes your options, it's like a spit in the face. I don't think that's a good thing at all. Like, everybody should have the option to do whatever it is they want to do. You know what I'm saying? And now that they are over here telling us that it's a natural progression, you know what I'm saying? It's like something that they just kind of fell into their laps. No, that's not how it is. Sony is lying to us. This is not something that just fell into their laps. It's not something they just thought about and last minute decision. They have been planning this for years in advance. So they are lying to us in our faces. There's a facility in Austria that Sony uses to print their discs. This facility, they print 600,000 discs per day. But they are now, and I believe it's Sony that is repurposing this facility to produce micro lenses for like AR, VR, and like optical things like cameras and stuff like that. This has been planned for years. This is not something that they woke up and said, oh, let's just get into micro lenses. No, they've been planning this for a while now, a while. And so for them to sit here and tell us that this is a natural progression, it's like an insult to our intelligence. You know what I'm saying? It's not good at all. You know what I'm saying? I want to preference something too as well. I've been called a Sony pony, like all sorts of fanboys and things like that now obviously not on YouTube, because this is like my first couple videos, but just in talks with my friends and people around me. Oh, you're a fanboy, yada yada yada. If I was a fanboy, I would not be calling them out for this. I would just accept it and move on. But I just feel like this is a bad look. This is not a good look. You know what I'm saying? Especially for gamers like myself who really enjoy the hobby and really want to embrace it, but with the physical games. You know what I'm saying? And it made me think as well, like, Sony is about to start saving a bunch of money. If they don't have to print discs and cases and deal with the logistics and warehousing of these physical games, they're gonna save a bunch of money. You know, so with that being said, why is the price of digital games still the same as physical games? If you are saving all of this money, you know what I'm saying, all of this money on the production and logistics and the shipping and the warehousing, you don't have to spend none of that. I was under the assumption that was involved in the price of the games, the $70 games. So if you don't have to do any of that, let's get the price of digital games down. And while we're at it, let's start to give more ownership over digital, games. You know what I'm saying? Because from my understanding, those EULA agreements that you sign, you're saying that you don't own the game, that Sony owns the game, and you pretty much are just renting a license to play it. So if anything was to happen with the servers, or if your account got hacked or anything like that, and you lose access, you do not have those games that you paid full price for at all. You know what I'm saying? Whereas if you have the game fully on a disc, you can play those games no matter what, whether the internet goes out, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's your game. You feel me? And I just don't think it's a good move. I really don't think it's a good move, honestly. I just think it's just weird. But the fact that you would no longer truly own your games, that's just weird to me. I just never thought I would see a time where this would be a scenario. You know what I'm saying? It's insane. It's absolutely absurd. And the fact that PlayStation will have the complete control over pricing. You know what I'm saying? So, for example, like, you can go right now on Amazon. I remember like last week or so, I looked at the pricing of Spider-Man 2 just to see. It was like $30. If you go on the Spider-Man 2 on the PlayStation Store, most likely, I haven't checked, but most likely it's still $70. Go check. I challenge you to check. I believe that these games are going to be full price for a much longer time because of this. You have to wait for things like the state of play deals or whatever it's called. Not state of play. Days of play, the days of play sale and thing like that. It's just like, come on, like, are we really gonna hand all of this over to them? You know what I'm saying? Are we really gonna have them have all complete control over how we play games? You can't even buy used games no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? You used to buy used games. You can't return, and you know Sony's return policy is terrible. So you can't return games. You can't let your friend borrow games. Now I guess you could game share, but that's with one person. But what happens if you wanna, like, what happens if you have 3 friends that's like, hey, can I borrow this game? Boom, boom. You can just hand them the disc and that's it. Now that's over. You know what I'm saying? Certain retailers like gaming and GameStop, they'll go out of business. You know what I'm saying? Which I'm gonna be real with you. I mean, GameStop, they had some shady practices for a while. So, you know, I understand if they go out of business, it is what it is. But at the same time, it's like places like Best Buy. You know, Best Buy, they stopped selling. Well, they still do have physical games in stores, but a lot of them removed them. You know what I'm saying? And those were the signs. Those were the real signs. The stores no longer carrying the physical games. The collector's editions coming with steelbooks and digital codes. Like, what is that? I accepted it for a while because I was under the impression that they were just trying to cater to the people that did not want a physical game. They wanted the digital game, and they probably still want the collectors. So we got to find a way to appease everybody, and boom, boom, you get the case, you get the code, whatever. I was like, whatever. But now I see that this was like a minor conditioning. They was trying to get us used to digital gaming. Now, don't get me wrong. There are benefits to digital gaming. Like, for example, like preloading and playing games at midnight, whatever the case may be. That's great. You know, that's probably the only thing I would say is, oh, and I guess like storage space. Like, you don't have to have like a place to put them, like a shelf or anything like that. But I don't know. I don't like this idea of the option being taken away. I feel like that's insane. Collectors like myself, we lose a whole part of our hobby. You know what I'm saying? Like, how are we gonna, you know, feel satisfied in the hobby now? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that I'm gonna do something drastic. Like, I've seen some drastic people destroying their PS5s. I still like gaming. Gaming is still my hobby of choice. It's just a spit in the face that a company can change how I choose to go about my hobby. You know what I'm saying? And it's just weird because you got, you know, music and movies. They've been streaming for years. Now they fully have adapted to the streaming model, but they still sell DVDs and they still sell CDs and they still sell vinyl records. So why is it that these companies can do this and still have most of their stuff digital? You know what I'm saying? I just feel like it's a spit in the face. I don't see what the problem is. And then what happens with the PS6? This is a question that I wanted to ask. What happens with the PS6? So I'm assuming that the PS6 is going to be digital only. So what happens to all of the PS5 and PS4 games that people own? Are they just not going to be able to play them backwards compatible? Are they going to make a disc drive like they did for the PS5, the new PS5 and the PS5 Pro? But if they make a disc drive, what will be the purpose besides backwards compatibility? Like, there will be no physical games going forward, you know? And you have to start to think about these last few games, like the people like me, the physical owners, the last few games that we're gonna get physically. Like Wolverine is probably gonna be one of the last Insomniac games that is physical. You know what I'm saying? GTA 6 is digital right now, but I heard that they will be launching physical releases after launch. But then why wouldn't they just say it? Why wouldn't they just tell us? Why is it that people gotta dig and search and find certain information about this kind of stuff? You know what I'm saying? It's just a bunch of bullcrap, honestly. I don't know. It's just this situation is weird because I don't want to sit here and say that I'm never gonna play games again, you know, because that would be a lie. But it's just like a sad moment in my gaming, I guess, history. I have to accept the fact that, you know, part of my hobby has been taken away from me. You know what I'm saying? And other people's as well. But yeah, that's pretty much what I had to say on this topic. I'm sorry if I'm kind of scatterbrained. I am new to this YouTube situation, so I don't really have my thoughts in order. I'm not like one of those professional YouTubers. But if you do like what I have going on here, definitely like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And in the comments down below, let me know how you feel. Are you a digital gamer? Are you a physical gamer? Do you care? Do you not care? Am I looking way too deep into this? Or are you not looking deep enough? I don't know. Leave it down in the comments below. Let's have a conversation about it. But it's been Romy Rome, guys. I'm gonna try my best to keep pushing out more videos in the future. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.